All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is that you're having, and welcome to Transformational Tuesday. Yes, my name is Judy Matejek. I'm an award-winning life master consultant and paradigm shifter. So, what does that mean? Where are you willing to shift and uplift the planet? So, today it's June 17th, 2025. And for the month of June, we've been niggling with this transformational willingness. So let's take a deep breath in here and total gratitude for this day. Bring to mind something that you're super, super grateful for. And perhaps a win where you've pushed past and became willing to make a shift this last week. Yes. All right. You ready? I want to start off with this haiku by one of my dear friends, Dr. Ann Manginelli. There is growth in the willingness to get my hands dirty and keep my heart open. Embracing growth means welcoming change, learning from experiences, and constantly seeking improvement. It's about stepping out of our comfort zones, challenging ourselves, and recognizing that every setback is an opportunity for growth. There is growth in the willingness to get my hands dirty and keep my heart open. So, today we're talking about transformational willingness and this or something better. I'm getting ready to go to Anaheim, California, and I am looking through a telescope and asking myself, how willing am I to see things differently today and accept that there is a greater and highest good for me? Yes. So, here we go. I want to thank you for being here today. I'm excited to talk about this whole powerful concept that can transform your life, this willingness, and also how it relates to that phrase, this or something better still. So here's what I want to cover in the next couple minutes, 20 or so. The first, understanding transformational willingness. Exploring the concept of this or something greater still. And then the relationship between these two concepts. And then I want to give you some practical applications. How's that sound? All right, you in? Take a deep breath in, and here we go. Now, let's start by defining what this transformational willingness is. It's the readiness to change and grow. That readiness to change and grow in response to any challenge and opportunity. And it's being open to new possibility and embracing change rather than resisting change. Why is that important? You know, the willingness is so crucial to success and fulfillment. So all this research shows that those who embrace change are more likely to achieve their goals, their visions, and adapt to new circumstances. I write every day. I am fit, flexible, and free in my health and well-being. So Tony Robbins said, change is inevitable, progress is optional. Now, people often resist change for a whole variety of reasons. The first reason, fear of the unknown. The uncertainty that comes with change can be intimidating. So people may worry about potential negative outcomes or feel anxious and worried about what lies ahead. What I like to have my clients embrace, is to take that word worry, because that's a constriction. That is going to stay stuck, not change, and change that to wonder. Oh, I wonder what this is on the other side. I wonder. Curiosity. Another reason that people resist change, and animals and plants, not just people, that we're kind of comfortable with the status quo. So many of us prefer the familiarity with the current situation, even if it's not ideal. So change can disrupt routines and comfort levels, leading to like this resistance. Okay, so here's what I like to a tool to use. Take a deep breath in and say these words. Okay, we're getting out of that comfort zone. In a relaxed and easy manner, everything required is accomplished in ways that feel really good to me for the highest good of all. Lack of People resist change because it's lack of control. When change is imposed from external sources, like in losing job or the weather patterns or anything, you might feel a loss of control, leading to that pushback. So I'm going to ask you a question. What if it's not pushback? What if it's pull forward? So what if you came across a situation today and you had that gut pushback? Nope. Very uncomfortable. Okay. What if that situation was designed just for you to pull you forward into that next believing and the spiral of becoming? Here we go. Another reason that we we would resist change because we'll bring to mind previous negative experiences. Past experience with change that resulted in failure or disappointment can create this reluctance to embrace anything new. And one of the tools I use is, oh, that was then, this is now. And you can even do that with your body. Now I call forth all good for everyone. Another reason is self-doubt. Not worthiness, self-doubt. People may question your ability. You might question your ability to adapt to new situations or skills required to navigate change. And that would lead you to a feeling of inadequacy. So the technology for that is bring to mind, take a deep breath in, and bring to mind a situation that you faced in the past where you faced your fear, broke through that barrier, and it felt so really good about the choices to break through. Scary too, because you're in a whole new level of awareness about yourself and your abilities. Self-doubt. Okay, here's another one. 6. A loss of identity. So change can challenge your sense of identity, especially if it involves significant life transitions, such as a job change or retirement or moving to a new location. So I'm asking you right now, what identity are you leaving behind? Just an identity you might have had yesterday. And what is your new identity? In that vision of yours, as you're becoming, what is your new identity? Are you a peacemaker? Are you full of joy? Are you a dancer? Are you a skateboarder? What is that new identity? That's the key that will fuel the change, right? So another reason that people resist change is social pressure. Friends, family, or colleagues may resist change, creating this whole collective reluctance that influences your willingness to adapt. This is when a whole system is fearing the change. And it's this reluctance and that fear sets in. It's kind of like if you're willing to step out of it, there's also a fear of outshining and feeling good when everyone else is feeling down. In other words, for me, it's a reluctance to claim my good days because I might be the only one out here that's claiming the good change. And one more, and then I want to show you a little video I took today. There's that fear of failure. There's a possibility of failing in the face of change, and it can paralyze you and make you hesitant to take the necessary steps. So let me just show you something here. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, my screen. Okay. And boom. Yeah, there you go. All right. So once again, transformational willingness, this or something better. So I took this morning when I was thinking about this willingness to change, and these are two ducks. Well, actually, there's two parent ducks and some baby ducks here. And they grow pretty fast, I must say. Well, in my view, they do. And I want you to watch the willingness to change in this little video. See if you can relate. I love that. I love that because there was a decision there. A decision to stay on land or go into the water. One cool thing about ducks, they're they're land and water birds. They live on the edge of change all the time. So did you notice that transformational willingness and the parent duck, okay, I'm going to make a decision to take these babies into the water. Obviously, they've been swimming a little bit, maybe for a couple of days. You know, there was this willingness to see beyond their duckness. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in, and we're going to go into that second concept of this or something better still. This or something better still. This or something better still. So this was taken, I was out in my kayak, and in the quiet, in the stillness, in the awareness of life around me that I had no control over. And there were dragonflies all around me. And one of them was floundering in the water, and I made a decision to go and scoop it up and have him or her dry off. And I was able to get up close and look. And we looked at each other for a while. This is a this or something greater still. And at the beginning of the day, I had no clue that something better still would mean that I'd be holding a dragonfly. A dragonfly, the symbol of transition, the ultimate symbol of transformation. They lay their eggs under the water and they live above the water. Transformational willingness. Yeah, I love that. So let's go and talk about that for a little bit longer. Yeah. This or something greater still. Yeah. So, this or something greater still. Now, this phrase encourages you to remain open-minded about the outcomes that you desire. Yeah. You know, it suggests that while we may have a specific goal in mind, there's always the potential for something even better still. So this kind of mindset shift is powerful. It's releasing the unknown. And by adopting that phrase, you can cultivate a sense of optimism and flexibility. So when you affirm that we are open to better outcomes, we create space for unexpected opportunities. So let's talk about the interconnection of these two concepts. Transformational willingness, it's that foundation that allows you to embrace this or something better still. And when we're willing to transform, we can accept that our initial plans may not be the only path to success. Willingness. Willingness to not know the answers. Take the next right step. So here's an example. You know, the story of J.K. Rowling, who faced numerous rejections before publishing Harry Potter. Her willingness to persevere and adapt her vision led to phenomenal success. She embraced the idea that her story could be better than what she initially envisioned. Now, how can we foster this transformational willingness in our own lives? So let me give you a few techniques. Engage in self-reflection. Understand your desires and fears. Journaling. What would I love today? Inevitably, when, what would I love to have happen today? The fears pop up, the doubts, all those things we talked about. Okay. Set clear goals while remaining open to alternative paths. This is not a figure it out life. Transformational willingness means, it does not mean I'm going to figure it all out. Remain open to alternative paths. This is where I sometimes get stuck. Well, a lot gets stuck. It's like, no, there's only this one path. This is what I learned. And then a whole nother area opens up. This may be the most important thing, this next one, if you don't, to take away. Embrace uncertainty as a part of growth. Embrace uncertainty as a part of growth. Now, additionally, incorporating this or something better still into your daily life can be so transformative. Let's take an experiment this week. and embrace, this or something better still into your daily life. This or something greater, better still. And let's say that all throughout the day for 7 days. Now, use that in decision making, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth. Remind yourself that the universe may have something greater in store for you. And it may look really crazy. It always, if you believe, will relate, something greater still is about to happen. Optimistic. So, to wrap it up, we've explored the importance of transformational willingness and the empowering phrase, this or something better still. Now, both concepts encourage us to embrace change and remain open to new possibilities. So, I encourage each of you to adopt these ideas in your life this week. Reflect on the areas where you can be more willing to transform. And remember to keep an open mind about the outcomes. Your best life is just around the corner. Yes. So this is Judy Matejcek, Life Mastery Consultant, Transformational Willingness, Transformational Tuesday. Transformation Tuesday. Make it a great day. Make it a great life. Become willing. You don't have to even take the steps, but it's the willingness to say, I wonder, stay curious. I wonder what's in store for me today. I'm willing to go forth and explore this or something greater still. Amen.